3-0 to England, ultimately comfortable. Dominic Calvert-Lewin a goal on his debut, a goal on his second appearance for a jubilant Conor Coady, and then an overhead kick from Danny Ings to finish it all off. 3-0 to England, and here is Dominic Calvert-Lewin speaking to Gabriel Clark.
Dominic, is that what they call a dream debut?
Absolutely. Obviously, it's a shame there's no fans here to celebrate it, and obviously my family could have been here, but bittersweet in that sense. But obviously, to score on my debut, it's the stuff of dreams.
Your 10th goal of the season, I presume that's the best of them. So
yeah, I would say so. You know, I've worked very hard to get here, and it's felt like a long road, but I'm very, very pleased, obviously, to be here and get the opportunity and score on my debut.
And what credit to Jack Grealish?
He's a top player. I've seen it already. You know, it's the first time I've played with him, and to see him up close and personal, he's got bags of ability. And I knew that if he got in that position, for me to hold my position, and he'd get the crossing.
It's one thing the manager's saying to you, go out and enjoy it, play a natural game. It's another looking comfortable. Is that the way it felt to you as soon as you kicked off?
Absolutely, yeah. I felt comfortable. You know, the lads have welcomed me in, and I felt comfortable from the moment I walked through the door. And obviously that helps when you're stepping onto the pitch, when you're getting to know the lads early doors. And yeah, just went out, and the main objective was to enjoy myself.
And the fact that you were taken off early-ish suggests maybe some more minutes to come.
I don't know what that suggests, but all I can say is that I enjoyed the time that I did play on the pitch, and I'll be ready to step in if I'm needed.
And what happens to that number 9 shirt?
I'll be keeping it. I'll be putting it on the mantle.
Well played.
Thank you.
Terrific, what it means to him and what it means to Conor Coady as well, Roy, when we see his reaction to scoring Conor Coady the second goal. In an era sometimes when people say, oh, do they really want to play for their country? Does it really matter? We saw from this Wolves centre-half what it means.
Oh, he's certainly a passionate guy. Absolutely brilliant delivery. And I tell you what, it's an unbelievable finish. Fantastic. I think he's done brilliant the last couple of games. Very, very mature. Clearly passionate guy, loves the game. He can talk. He's obviously a Scouser. He knows how to talk. Brilliant. Absolutely.
That's a compliment, everybody, yes.
Absolutely, yeah. Brilliant finish. And we're talking about the game tonight. What does it mean? It's a friendly game. You just have to look at the player's face there, and that tells you what it means.
The ball was so good from Trippier. The Welsh defenders looking at each other, but sometimes the ball is that good that it takes out the defence, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, listen, on one end, you've got to think there's a couple of little improvements that you can do. You can learn from it, positioning, but it is a great ball. And obviously, you know, it makes the difference.
And I think he took Gareth Southgate, Dominic Calvert-Lewin off because he said, you've proved it to me. You're number 2 cab, probably now behind Harry Kane. I want to see Danny Ings in the middle because he's played so well over the last 18 months. And then Danny Ings goes and takes his chance with the overhead kick.
Yeah, I was delighted for him. You know, he made his debut, 2015, Lithuania. A week later, he done his cruciate ligament. He's taken a long time to get back here. And I'm quite pleased for him because when everything broke out, you're thinking he's going to miss his chance here. But he's in that 6-yard box, you know, in the middle there, just ghosting in there, look, and then bam, he gets it's a great goal for him. But you know, I know people are going to say I don't get excited because it's a Wales team without Gareth Bale, without Aaron Ramsey. And I think the first 20 minutes, the way they played, if they had those two, then could have been a bit more clinical. It would have been a different game for England. But you can't take anything away from the 3 guys who scored tonight because I thought they'd done very, very well.
What about from the second half from Wales' point of view? Because at half-time we were picking up a few moments where they looked like they could get behind England's defence, but we didn't really see that after the break, did we?
Yeah, I don't know whether it's the first goal that really just knocks their confidence a little bit. But there's a few positive things. I think they could have done better, of course. But there's a few things. I think when you look at the first 25 minutes, I think you look at a Wales team that has potential and lots of things to improve on. And, you know, experience tonight, a few new faces, getting that experience, getting a few minutes. And I think they can build on this, you know, because the next part is the most important, not this game.
What did you make of Wales in the second half? They play the Republic this week, of course.
Yeah, it was a tough night for Wales. I think the second half, obviously, England showed their quality. I think Ryan would be disappointed with the 2 goals in the second half, set pieces. And we look at Wales. I've looked at Wales closely over the last number of years. Listen, they need a Ramsey and a Bale back in there. Some very, very good young players, but they need just 2-star men if they have any chance of winning big games. But the priority for Wales, I think, over the next few days, obviously, was going to be the Ireland game over the weekend.
Absolutely. By the way, those playoff games, they are all level still. So maybe time to be thinking about penalties. Half-time and extra time, all 3 of them. The Northern Ireland game, the Scotland game, the Republic of Ireland game, all level. Well, Roy said he could talk. Let's find out. Conor Coady with Gabriel Clark.
Connor, you were smiling broadly in Denmark after your debut, but have you just outdone that tonight?
Still in a bit of shock, to be honest with you. It was something where the ball was incredible, and just on the edge of the box, Dominic said to me, we'll swap, because me and him were going front and back, and he said, I'll swap with you. So I said, yeah, no problem, that's fine. And then all of a sudden it comes to me, Tony, all I have to do is get a contact on it, and listen, it'll live with me forever. I think it'll be on repeat in my house now with my kids, so no, it's an amazing night for me. Yeah.
Have you any idea when your last goal from open play was?
No, that's what I was looking at.
Crawley in 2016.
Yeah, it's incredible, yeah. It's just an incredible night, honestly. I think the way the lads perform, but to score is absolutely amazing, yeah.
And you ended the match with the captain's armband. What does that say?
Honestly, I can't explain it. I think to play with these players is incredible for me, honestly, to wear the armband or not, but the feeling of it, everything about playing here at Wembley for England is just sensational. And it's, like I said, it's a night I'll never ever forget.
You're being humble, of course, but also you want to make your mark, and you're doing that, aren't you?
Yeah, it's something I've said all along. You want to come and impress, of course you do. Every player wants to come and impress, but I want to come and help the team whenever I'm called upon. If the manager needs me for anything, I'm here to help, because I'll make sure I'm ready. And honestly, I'll give 110% every single time I play for my country.
And arguably that centre-half position, whether he plays 2 or 3, is up for grabs. Cody, Mings, Gomez, Maguire, Keane. He's got as much chance as anybody, hasn't he, the way he's playing at the moment for next summer?
Yes, of course he has. And, when you look at, like, Michael Keane, he played okay today. I wouldn't say it was unbelievable. We know Harry Maguire's going through a little bit of a patch at the moment. But, Connor Cody, somebody...
Right, let's hear from the Wales captain, Ben Davies, with Gabriel Clark.
Ben, was the scoreline a bit tough on Wales, or were England clinical?
Yeah, they were clinical. I think we started well. We were happy the way things were going, but the goal was a real sucker punch. They were clinical. As soon as they got in good areas, they created better chances than we did. So there's positives to take from this game, but we know we have to do some things a lot better.
Was the disappointment in particular the set pieces second half?
Yeah, most definitely. It's a big part of football. We've seen how good England have been at it, and we need to improve at all aspects of it, really. It was disappointing the way we conceded the goals.
You've been on this great run. What do you need to take from this?
I think we were missing some of our best players, quite clearly. I think the players that weren't in the team tonight would get in most teams in Europe, so we came with a young squad. We showed a lot of character early on to get on the ball, to press hard, to really give it a go. And it shows a bit of character in the team that we didn't come here and just sit off and really come into the game with a kind of negative attitude to sit off them, to kind of kill the game and look for a draw, catch them on the counter. I was proud of the boys the way we had to go tonight.
Thanks for talking to us.
Thank you.
And the latest scores in the Euro playoffs, they're all still level in the second half of extra time. Penalties are looming everywhere. This is getting very tense. Highlights 11:05, ITV and STV. Ali McCoist will join us. He's currently hiding behind the sofa downstairs watching Scotland against Israel. We couldn't even begin to imagine what this team would be like with Bale or Ramsey, just one of them, let alone the pair of them, the impact they have on this Welsh squad, Robert.
Of course, this is a good Welsh squad, but then once you add the likes of Ramsey, the likes of Bale, and don't forget, Dan James to come in, Brooks, Harry Wilson as well, people going forward with high quality, I think it makes a bit of a difference.
Absolutely. We'll see a different Wales when they are all back. Gareth Southgate's had a tough few weeks. Must be happier tonight. Here he is with Gabriel.
Gareth, he wanted intensity. He wanted players to grasp their chance. Did you get that?
I thought the players did very well. It's so difficult for almost a completely new team to come together with not a lot of experience around it, so I thought they coped with that very well. It wasn't fluid at the start, but the longer the game wore on, they got more and more into the game. They solved the sort of tactical problem that Wales posed us when they were pressing, and I thought we finished very strongly.
What did you make then of Dominic Calvert-Lewin's debut?
Yeah, excellent. I thought really very good. He had excellent presence. His runs are a threat. He presses well. He obviously took his goal well. So I thought he could be really pleased.
What might he offer you that's different?
Well, I think he's in a really good vein of form. I think he's an all-round centre forward, and I think I've always liked his general play. It's the goals that he's adding now that are making him, another level of player.
Has Jack Grealish taken a step forward in your thinking?
Well, he was. I thought his work with the ball was very good. I think
which are pillars of the
Needed.
community.
Yeah.
Are you frustrated by what's going on?
Yeah, very frustrated, especially when you look at the size of Wembley and how they can social distance in here. Obviously, there's going to be, if they're worried about people maybe in the concourses and that, but when you look at the stringent measures that are being taken now, even for us to get in here today, everything we've got to go through, yes, you'll have to up that, but I cannot understand that people cannot be in here. Now, in this time, especially when people, like you say, they are all in cinemas. You know, I'm hearing that people are watching games, they close the curtains and they're all together inside. So why aren't we able to get fans back in now? Because at some stage, especially with the lower league teams they're going under quick. It's starting to really affect them.
They had 19,000 at Borussia Dortmund last weekend. I mean, the Germans, they are saying we can open it up a little bit. If we don't, then down the pyramid there are going to be serious problems very, very soon, Roy. That's the message we're getting.
Yeah, of course, clubs are going to go bust. People's livelihoods. We look at the stadium tonight. Are you telling me there couldn't have been 10,000 people here tonight, kept their distance? It is frustrating and it's bizarre at the moment.
Robert, what's your view on it?
I think there's some way to do it. I think it's about sitting down, thinking about it clearly, thinking about, like Wright says here, some of the other things that are being done. How can you take that, bring it together, think about it, and then find a solution? You've got to have fans. You've got to find a way.
Yep, absolutely. You've got to find a way. Are the Republic good at penalties? Because they may need to be very soon.
Haven't got a clue. But they have a good goalkeeper.
They're good
Randolph could be the difference.
That could